Hello, good afternoon. Today is Sunday. It's the middle of the long weekend, which is awesome. So tomorrow, Monday, I have the day off for President's Day. So it's nice to have extra time to relax, cook, do whatever. I just got back from going to Trader Joe's, so I'm going to show you some of those items, but I was inspired by my friend Kim, who emailed me some recipes. She found some recipes. One is for a chicken enchilada rice casserole, and one is for a honey garlic shrimp and broccoli from homemadehoopla.com, both recipes from the same website. And that put enchiladas on my mind, and I ended up looking at more enchilada recipes, so I went with that idea and then respectfully found a recipe by the Pioneer Woman, which I think I am gonna make. So that one does still sound interesting, the chicken enchilada rice casserole, so that's still on my possibilities list. But for this weekend, I think I'm gonna move forward with the beef enchiladas from the Pioneer Woman. And I've been planning to make sloppy joes tonight, so I pulled out some ground beef from Whole Foods yesterday. They had ground beef on sale a bit ago, and I got some extra and stuck it in the freezer, so that's been defrosting, so I'll use that for tonight's sloppy joes. All right, so I'll show you what I got at Trader Joe's. So basically this is just stuff for tonight's sloppy joes, which is going to be the hamburger buns and the corn on the cob, and then actually you need mustard for the recipe, so that's going to be for tonight's sloppy joes. And then I have like an assortment of other things. So we've got some more sourdough bread, which I really like for my sandwiches at work. I've got a few pieces of bread left but needed more, so I got that. Spaghetti. The last time I bought pasta, I bought the wrong type. I got like the angel hair, which is very thin. So when Andy and I had spaghetti last night, it had angel hair pasta. Yeah, so I wanted regular spaghetti. I've got chicken broth. That'll be for the enchilada. More oatmeal because I completely ran out of my beloved maple and brown sugar. So I was having some of the icky like cinnamon apple type, which I don't like that much. Some more milk, bananas, and then I think some or most of this is for the enchiladas. So more cilantro. Some onions, one for tonight, one for the enchilada. So for the beef enchiladas, I'm definitely using ground beef, green chilies. The recipe on the website said to do 1.5 pounds of ground beef and 2 containers of this, and then like 28 ounces of enchilada sauce. I'm like, I'm not cooking for the Brady Bunch, you know what I mean? It's not like a huge family, it's just me and Andy. So I'm just gonna stick to 1 bottle of this sauce, 1 container of this, 1 container of beef, so I'm not making the quantity that she suggested. Anyways, she also said 3 cups of this cheese? Whatever. I got some shredded sharp cheddar. The Pioneer Woman recommends getting the block of cheese and then shredding it yourself. She said it tastes better that way, which I think is crazy. I don't understand the value of why it tastes better to shred cheese the same day, especially for this type versus just like getting it pre-shredded. Anyway, so with some things, like with coffee beans, I understand you want to grind them and have them the same day. With some things, there is value in that. But with this type of like sharp cheddar, I feel like, nope, I'm going to get the shredded because I think you're kind of weird, Pioneer Woman. And then corn tortillas, of course, totally necessary for enchiladas. I really like the flour tortillas personally. I prefer them more in general. But for this recipe, I'm pretty sure this is the type you need. And then I also just got some stuff because I was running low. I used up the rest of my frozen corn on last week's soup. And then some peas. And yeah, I guess that's it. So hello, good morning. Today is Monday. I feel like saying it's either Saturday or Sunday because it's weird to be home on a Monday, but it's the 3-day weekend. Today is President's Day, so I think a bunch of people have work off today because there's still a ton of cars on the street. Normally on weekdays, there's at least a little bit of parking available on the street because people are at work, but the street is still jam-packed. No parking, so everyone must still be home today. Yeah, so yesterday I really didn't do too much. I did a bit of grocery shopping and came home. Andy came over. We watched a TV show on Netflix called The OA. OA, and we really liked it. We got like super hooked into it. So we just watched 2 episodes, and at the beginning of the first episode we were like, oh my god, we need to watch more of this. It's pretty good. So it's kind of, I want to say a little bit sci-fi-ish, like not quite X-Files or Sense8, which is a Netflix exclusive. Kind of Stranger Things-ish. I don't know, you just get really into it if that's your kind of show. So anyways, we watched that. I made some dinner. We just had sloppy joes and corn on the cob. The corn on the cob was not good. It was that stuff from Trader Joe's where it comes in a package, and they've already like shucked it and stuff. I prefer to buy actual corn where you go and like shuck it, you know, remove the outside yourself, and then I just boil it in water, and that always tastes better. So I did not like this kind of corn from Trader Joe's personally. Anyway, so that was yesterday, and today I'm gonna run some errands. Today definitely feels like it's busier than yesterday. I need to, boys, play nice. Geez, so today I need to go out. I'm going to return a dress that I ordered online to Anthropologie. I might go to Chocolate Maya and look at all of the bars they have there. I've started looking up chocolate online and the difference between like a chocolatier and a confectioner. And then looking into different bean to bar makers in North America. So I want to see if they have, I think it's Dick Taylor and then Patrick, P-A-T-R-A-C chocolate. Those are the 2 that I'm pretty curious about trying. I've already got some Dandelion chocolate here. They're made up in San Francisco, and they're bean to bar. They just do like the cocoa bean and then sugar. That's it. They don't add anything else, like cocoa butter or any other additive. So they're being little rascals. I'm gonna wash the bed sheets. That's why my bed's unmade. Hi there, it is Monday afternoon around 2 o'clock, and I just got home. I didn't end up doing everything I'd wanted to do earlier because I got really nervous and panicky, to be quite honest. You know, sometimes you wake up and you have a plan for the day and other things happen, just like on work days. Other things happen. You can get a lot of interruptions and other projects and things that come up. So I just had a hard time getting ready this morning. I like had a stomach ache, which completely like freaks me out sometimes if I'm not feeling great before I have to drive a longer distance. It's about 20 minutes to get downtown to where I wanted to go. So for me, that's a longer distance, 20 minutes. So it took me a long time to leave my apartment. And then when I did leave my apartment, I did not want to drive. I didn't want to get on the highway. I didn't want to go all the way downtown. I kept thinking about all these exits coming up and which ones I could take breaks at, like which ones have gas stations or fast food places or bathrooms in case I get sick and need to use the restroom. So that's just how my mind works. I know that's not really standard and other people don't necessarily seem to think that way, but that's where my mind is often at. So it took me a while. I made it all the way downtown, went to one stop, Chocolate Maya, and then I was going to go to Anthropologie to return the blue dress that didn't work out, but there was no parking. The lot closest to Anthro was full. They have this electronic sign up that says full, and then cars are all waiting for other cars to exit before they can get in. The next lot up was full. The next lot up after that is actually the public market, and it's kind of hidden underground parking. That was full too. There was nowhere to park, so I didn't go to Anthro. I ended up going up to Andy's apartment because he lives near downtown, and I just went and visited him, which was nice. But I mean, it was calming and sweet, and I love to see him, but I also feel nervous because I'm not home and I'm downtown and I want to go home. So I didn't stay for very long. I actually left my banana behind at his apartment. Anyways, I just opened a banana. And then I was thinking about going to Whole Foods, but I was like, nope, I just want to go straight home. All I want to do is go home. So I didn't get my apples and yogurt. Sometimes I feel frustrated and disappointed in myself, and I have this notion that everybody else is having a great time and having a good time, and everyone is having just a great time. They're going out with, it's easy for them. They're doing fun things. They're living their life. And I often feel like I'm the outsider who is not able to have a good time and is not able to relax and has difficulty going anywhere. So that's how I feel in my head. I know Andy, we were talking about it at his apartment. He said, you're not the outsider. You don't know what's going on in other people's heads because other people could be nervous or struggling with their own issues. And you know, you don't know what's going on in their heads, which is true. I guess I just always see so many people out and about doing things around town. They're like kayaking and surfing and going to yoga classes and hanging out with friends. And I feel like everything's easy for them and some things are difficult for me. Yeah, so I'm just kind of in a cranky mood. Then I ended up picking up food because I was upset. I think McDonald's is pretty gross, but I stopped there and got food there for lunch. Yuck. And then I just feel awful about myself after I eat it because I'm like, ew, I ate it. But you know, sometimes when you're upset, like I'm an emotional eater, I get upset and I'll eat and I'll be like, food, food, food. It's not healthy, but it's the way that I react to stress sometimes. Either if I'm happy or if I'm sad, it's just like turn to food. So yeah, so I'm back home. Speaking of food, I'll show you the place I did successfully go to, which is the furthest stop. I was gonna go as far as possible downtown and then work my way back home in terms of errands. So lately I've been looking up some chocolate companies online, specifically bean to bar, meaning people who go and source their own cacao beans. They source their own beans and then make the bars themselves. And yeah, I've been looking that up a lot online. So I wanted to go to Chocolate Maya today. I was hoping to find Dick Taylor and Patrick, P-A-T-R-I-C, but she doesn't carry Patrick. So I got a few different bars. I'll show them to you. And I'm gonna surprise Andy with these. I thought we could do a little chocolate tasting for fun. So the gal who works there recommended this one, the Vietnam Tien Gang 23% dark chocolate. This is the most expensive one, the fancy one. They kept it behind a glass, I think because it's $15. From Milpitas. And this looks like hand signatures too. That's pretty neat. Anyways, yeah, so the source of these beans are from Vietnam. This other one is from Guatemala. I actually saw this online. I like the description of this chocolate. This is Dick Taylor, and I know they press their own wrappings here. Like they have a letter press and they make their own, I don't know, their own wrappings, which is kind of cool. 70% Guatemala. So I need to actually look up online what the description of this is. It's made up in Eureka or Humboldt County. I think Eureka may be in Humboldt County. Anyways, that's pretty up north. Pretty north of Santa Barbara. And then the Soma bar is one that I had heard a lot about as well. There's a woman who runs a place called the Chocolate Garage, and she does some YouTube videos, and she really likes Soma as well. She also likes Patrick chocolate. So anyways, this is a blend. I think the blend means that it's chocolate from different countries. That must be it. Dominican Republic, Papua New Guinea, Peru, Venezuela. Yeah, so they mix different beans, and then notes of walnut, bananas, plums, and cherries. Isn't that neat? Anyway, so this is the Soma. I'm glad I got to try one of those, or will get to try one. And so that's what I got. And while I was there, I asked them, do you have any recommendations on the best way to taste it? Because I know it's not like a Hershey's bar that you can buy at 7-Eleven and you just go chomp, chomp, chomp and eat real fast. They said with this, take a small piece, just put it on your mouth. I think in your mouth, kind of savor it, I think, and then drink warm water in between the different bars. So there you go. I actually have 2 other bars of chocolate here at home that I bought a bit ago and never really touched too much. Just pull this out. So I've already got this one here, the Dandelion 70% San Francisco de Marcos, DR, Dominican Republic, I'm guessing. Yeah, Dominican Republic. Yeah, so I've got this chocolate that I got a while ago. And then I also have this other one by Nirvana, Belgian chocolate. It's a dark chocolate with cherries on it. And the packaging is like super weird, and that's why I bought it, because I like the little gnomes on it. So I'll probably toss this in, and we could just try little bits of each, and hopefully have a nice time with that. So Stitch, you're only supposed to eat your own food. Stitch always eats his food, or part of his food, and part of his brother's food. stinker. Yeah, you eat your brother's food as well as your own. So I'm starting to make, well, start some of the preparations for dinner. The chicken enchiladas. They take a while, so I thought, you know, I'll just start early. I'll prep it, and then when Andy is here and we're hungry, we can just stick it in the stove or the oven and let it cook. So right now I'm working on the sauce, which is over here. You start the sauce by using 1 tablespoon of canola oil, 1 tablespoon of flour. You mix that together. It's supposed to form a paste, and then you add other stuff into it. So I added some chicken broth, 2 cups of chicken broth, and then you're supposed to use like an enormous quantity of enchilada sauce, and I was like, you're crazy, Pioneer woman, I'm not doing that. So she recommends 28 ounces of enchilada sauce, and I did 12 ounces. So mine's just not going to be too spicy. That's fine. Then you add salt, black pepper. I think cilantro goes in at the end. Anyway, so I'm just going to bring that to a boil, reduce the heat, and let it simmer. And then I'm also going to do the meat with onions, add the chilies, and then later on you also do stuff with tortillas. So right now, let me turn the fan off. Right now I've got the sauce simmering, and then I'm going to add some cilantro at the end. Over here, this is the beef. So I first sauteed some onions, added ground beef, added these chilies. I'm not sure how those chilies will be. And right now I'm just heating up a pan so that I can like pan fry the tortillas. Where did I leave the tortillas? There they are. Okay. So I can pan fry the tortillas, and then I'm going to dip them into this mixture, and then I think I'm going to get a glass like Pyrex container out so that I can then start to assemble the enchiladas. Yeah, so I think when you assemble the enchiladas, you put the beef mixture in. You can also add black olives, which I'm not doing, green onions, not doing, and then cheese, and then later on you drizzle the sauce all over it. So anyways, that's where I'm at with this step. Now all of the tortillas have been warmed up. You're supposed to pan fry them. The thing I sometimes don't like about the Pioneer woman is that sometimes she'll skip steps, like the way that she'll describe things here is not transcribed into the bottom when she does these directions. Like she doesn't say anything about like with the onions. She doesn't say put the onions for a few minutes, let them brown, then add the meat. She just says brown the meat with onions in a skillet. So she kind of summarizes things. It doesn't go to as much detail here. So you always have to reference up and look at all the stinking pictures to see exactly what she's doing. So it's a little bit frustrating sometimes. Anyway, so I'm about to start the step where, God, she has a lot of pictures, where you dip the tortilla. You take the tortilla, dip it into the sauce, put it over here, put the meat into it, and then I grab cheese. I've got cheese over here. Then I'll do the cheese, and I'll fold them up and just assemble a whole bunch of them in this pan. So that's what I'm about to do. Here are the enchiladas. They need to be cooked. There's a whole bunch of cheese on them. This yielded about 8, I think, and there was a bunch of extra meat. So the extra meat just got tossed on top. All of the sauce is in there, and then of course the cheese, and this goes in the oven for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Enchiladas are done. They're very cheesy. It looks pretty good. It looks like cheesy meat and tortilla-y. So we kind of just took it out of the oven, but that's okay. We're gonna serve it onto our plates, and maybe using this one, the good flipper. I'll start at the end. Oh, maybe I'll just grab 2.
That's some cheesy goodness right there.
Oh my goodness gracious, yeah. So that's 2 of them. There we go. And then we're gonna do sour cream. Yep, 1 and 2. These are actually kind of larger now that we're grabbing them out. Yeah, these are gonna cause some heartburn. Imagine some real genuine heartburn or acid reflux. So we'll have sour cream with them, and then we should have a vegetable, but I didn't prepare one. So this is it for dinner tonight.
Sounds good to me.
Voila.